Everybody, this is Matt Seefeld, Executive Vice President here at Medevolve. Today we're going to talk about effective intelligence and really focus on the labor side of this beautiful triangle. Every conversation that I'm having now with clients and prospects is around labor staff issues, shortages, high turnover, demanding more salary, higher hourly rate, and everybody wants to work from home. So there's so much complexity going on now just on the cost side of managing a revenue cycle. So what we're here to talk about is how do I identify in real time where humans are having to get involved in the process? Because when humans get involved in the process, your costs go up, obviously, and your net revenue starts to decline, which is impacting margin. And I think everyone can attest that with no margin, there's no mission, and cash flow is a good thing. So why is this a challenge? PM systems have not and they will not deploy the workflow automation task management solutions that capture all the structured data necessary to measure each unit of work done by a revenue cycle FTE that you are paying money for. They just won't. Okay. 20 years ago, when I started my career in rev cycle, I would have thought, yes, they would figure it out. But guess what? Here we are, 2022. They have not. So what does that mean? That means you need to find workflow automation and task management that can sit on top of any PM system. It doesn't matter which one you're on. But when you take a limited data set from a practice management system and the right data coming from here that your staff are having to use to warrant the work they're doing, now you can actually measure the outcome, or what we call effectiveness. We could start answering questions in real time like these. My favorite question is, what is your work effort rate? Seems simple, right? How many claims, charges, whatever you want to call it, go out the door and get paid without a human touching it? How many? Do you know? Not a single human, right? We can't know if we're just relying on our practice management data because, as I said before, they're not capturing everything you need to measure every unit of work. When I start to look at views like this starts to provide real transparency in real time as to where I need to focus my effort to reduce my dependence on labor. So if you look at the zero touch rate in this client, for example, 50.6% of the charges that go out get paid without a human touch. But half of this, folks, half of the charges require human touch. You can see how many FTEs, what percentage of work effort is going to clearing the edits, right? These are getting hung up in clearinghouse edits. Look at the refile rate. Look at the denials. Look at the denials in this view by certain physicians. What's going on in financial clearance? What's going on in coding? What are we not doing right that a human is now having to correct and hopefully get paid what we're supposed to be paid in a reasonable amount of time? Look at the work effort going into getting claims paid. So these are things that you need to have, in my opinion, especially in this day of age where nobody wants to work, everyone wants to work from home. How do we measure this, right? You have to reduce your labor dependence, right? We have to go back to the basics of profit margin. I will tell you, automation is critical, but automation is not going to solve the human problem in its entirety, okay? You will always have humans involved in a process within the healthcare revenue cycle. The key is to minimize that, and you can't minimize it if you can't measure where the breakdown is occurring.